Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to contribute to Drupal core using the same set of assumptions that I use to contribute to Symfony and see how it goes. All right, so just like when I was contributing to Symfony, I'm going to start at packages.org because of course I installed Drupal with Composer. I'm going to type Drupal/core, find it really easily, jump over to GitHub. That's listed as the canonical repository. Let's say I select the correct branch, 9x2x. I know enough to do that. And let's say that I just want to make an arbitrary change. In real life, it would be a code change, but let's just make a text file change again to make this easy. So I'm going to pop open update.txt, and I'm just going to add a test string up here. So propose the change. Great, easy, create the pull request. Press create, and I'm done. So, of course, you and I know that no tests are going to run here, no bot's going to come, and no one's going to review this change. It's not going to get merged. And there's a few reasons for that. One is because GitHub is not where Drupal development happens, although a lot of developers might come to GitHub to find Drupal or to Packagist. Another is that this is a subtree split, just like Symfony Console was. However, if I go to Drupal/core recommended, which is the parent, I think, that has a dependency for core, that's not going to help me out either. So let's just imagine a few months go by, a few weeks, a few days, whatever. No one answers, but I really want to contribute this change upstream. So take a long shot, go to Drupal.org and say, I'm going to figure this out. Where do I contribute? From a user experience perspective, I've just been through this, so I did figure it out, but it took me a while to figure out. I don't go to try Drupal or resources. I go to build, and there's a browse repository. Presumably that's the Drupal, the Drupal core repository. And if I want to make a change, I'm going to navigate into the core subdirectory. And I'm going to go to the same file I changed before, update.txt. Use the nice GitLab edit button. But I get an error, right? So even if I were to sign into GitLab or GitHub in this browser, it's not going to help me actually make a change to Drupal.org's GitLab. So let's create a new account. And I, of course, already have a Drupal.org account, but I'm going to sign up for a new one. Bear with me. I'm trying to do this as fast as possible. Great, so I'm going to save it. I've been welcomed, yada, yada, yada. I don't really want to fill out any of this stuff. Okay, I get redirected to a 403. Not totally sure why, but it does say we sent you an email to verify your account. And so I'm going to guess that is the problem, that I'm unverified. So I'll be right back. Let me go verify it. Okay, so I verified it. It popped the browser open. It took me here to this page, which says that the account it's not confirmed. I guess that confirmation is different than verification of my email address, but if I come back over to the other tab and refresh, let's see if it fixed it. No, it did not. But I see I'm just on a 403 page. Don't know how to get back to where I was trying to go in the first place. I do see that there was some kind of a GitLab JWT destination initially. Okay, I'm just going to go back and maybe just try the whole edit process again. Okay, this time when I hit edit, Says you can't use Git until you've selected a Git username. Okay, so that's this. I'm going to agree to the term, save, confirm. Okay. I'm back here. It still says I need to sign in or sign up. I thought I just did that, and I am signed in. Maybe I'll just refresh. Okay, that went away. Also, I guess the change that I made is just gone. Click edit. You're not allowed to edit files. Please fork it. Okay, I'm gonna fork it. You tried to fork Project Drupal, but it failed because the namespace is not valid. I don't know what that means. I assume pressing try fork again is not going to work. Fork project. You've reached your limit for Acme Dev. You must have permission to create a project in a group before forking. Yeah, I don't know. So at this point, I'd probably give up. Because I'm a member of the Drupal community, I have an idea of something else that I could do, which is to go find a Drupal issue queue for Drupal core. I'm just trying this one more time. Yeah, okay, so I don't think there's any way to actually contribute by looking at the at the repository, clicking at it and creating a pull or a merge request. But let's say that I'm really persistent and I know I don't know how a normal user would find this, but I know that I can type project/Drupal to get to Drupal. And I know that that's how I can find an issue queue. I'm not sure how to do it through the UI otherwise. But let's say that I create an issue first, and I file the bug that I'm trying to fix. Here I'm just going to do test issue. It's a bug, and it's for 9x, 2x, and yikes, I don't even know. Component, this is huge. Documentation, how about that? Okay. Just test. And again, I happen to know what an issue fork is. So I'm going to click this, but I don't think a normal user would. But I'm going to make the issue fork. And it's saying completing for a while. So I'm going to guess I just need to refresh this. Maybe the Ajax is broken or something. Okay, so I refreshed it. I don't really know what this means. I think it means there's a fork. It's not my fork. It's a fork for the issue. There's a branch on it. I can open a merge request on it. Okay, I think it's open, although I don't understand. I haven't made a change yet, so I don't know what the merge request would be. But I can go to it. Here it is. So no commits. Interesting, you can make a merge request even though there's no changes or commits. Now I want to find a way to change that text file. Open in Web IDE is the thing that makes sense from a user experience standpoint. Okay, here we are. I'm going to find this file again. Where was it? Core. update, add this test text, make a commit. Yep, there's a diff, that's nice. Commit it. And I do see a tiny, tiny link down here back to the merge request that I'll click. Okay. Approval is... Okay. Here are the changes. Approval's optional, but there's nobody listed. Ready to be merged by someone with write access. Okay, I don't really know what to do next. There's no tests or anything running here. And I don't know who would merge it or when. I happen to know from experience that if I go back, if I click the issue, it'll actually take me back to Drupal.org. And the tests are here. So it looks like, I don't know what this means, but restored source branch. This happened. I don't know why something's being restored. I do understand that I added this commit. That's me, okay. Here's the commit. This I would never know as a test if I hadn't been around the block with Drupal for a while, but I know this is a test. So if I click on this, here's my tests. I'm assuming it's running against the 9.2x branch. If I click on it, let's see. Yeah, I don't really understand how this relates to me. View results on dispatcher. Test result, no failures. Console output. You know, looks like it's all testing. It's all passing. But what doesn't make sense is this is from 20 minutes ago for me. So this isn't actually my test run. So if I refresh this, see, mine is running now. I assume it's actually this one down here. Or no, it's this. This was just small. I guess it's this. Console output. I'm not entirely sure. I think I'm looking at the right build. And I guess I'll just wait for it. So let me pause. Okay, I'm back. It looks like there was some kind of error. 502 bad gateway. I don't know if that's a problem with the Jenkins. Okay, that was just a problem with the log output. It's actually still running the test. Okay, be back. Okay, so at this point it's been something like a half an hour. The tests are still running. I'm not sure how much longer they're going to run for. And I'm actually not totally sure that the test output that I'm looking at is actually for the change that I introduced. There isn't any reference to GitLab or a merge request or the issue here. I guess if I hit the back button a lot, I can read the details and verify that it does seem like this thing that says running is related to the change that I made. So I could just wait, but I think I'm actually going to walk away from it for the night because it's getting late. I'm ready to throw in the towel. I don't know how much longer it's going to be. And maybe I'll come back and check on this issue again later. But you know, generally, to summarize, this has been a kind of frustrating experience trying 3 or 4 different ways to attack the problem of contributing a one-line change to Drupal core. And in the end, I think I figured it out by first going to the Drupal project on Drupal.org, then making an issue, then making a fork, then creating a merge request, then making the change, then coming back to Drupal.org, finding a test run that seems appropriate, and then waiting for it. I'm not sure what the next steps are. I don't know if someone's going to review this. The last time that I tried to make a core change, it was a few years before there was movement on it. So, to summarize, I'm probably not going to contribute to Drupal core again. And it was a big effort to make it this far, but I am going to keep contributing to Symfony.